They were never taught in schools, never written in books, yet they survived every storm, every hunger, every chase. Wolves didn't just fight, they thrived. But hidden behind their strength was something even more powerful. A survival trick humans once learned from them, and then forgot. Long before cities, before electricity and shelters, humans observed the wild to stay alive. One creature stood out silent, organized, unshakable: the wolf. Not because it was the strongest, but because of how it worked with others. And what our ancestors discovered in the behavior of the wolf changed how they endured the harshest conditions. Today, that knowledge is buried beneath noise, lost in comfort, erased by time. And if you lose that which has been given to you, you will die. And that is why the very first rule of the wild that wolves teach us is, never go anywhere alone. This principle echoes through the ages. Even today, scientists understand it. A single wolf can hunt a single deer, but a pack of wolves, no matter the size, hunts in numbers. One chases, another blocks, and a third, patiently waiting, takes over when the prey falls. Wolves don't travel alone because being alone means vulnerability. Traveling alone means vulnerability. Alone, the wolf becomes easy prey for human traps or bullets. But together, they form a safety net. They watch each other's weaknesses and cover them with their strengths. An adult wolf traveling with pups carries the burden of their safety. But with a companion, they share the responsibility. Also, this helps in migration. When moving to new hunting grounds, alone, a wolf risks getting lost, injured, or starving. With a partner, they navigate better, double their chances of finding food, and protect each other from predators. But how did humans learn this lesson? Let's go back to the days when humans were like wolves, always on the move, always searching. Without homes or communities, they faced harsh weather, hunger, and enemies alone. But they also had the wild. By observing wolves, they saw the power of numbers. A lone wolf could be taken down, but a pack could fight back. Humans began forming bonds, sharing resources, and defending each other. Some stayed close, creating small bands. Others joined wandering groups, becoming part of larger communities. They understood the importance of numbers. It wasn't about strength and aggression, but strength and unity, support and shared purpose. It's just like wolves. Humans found safety in numbers, strength in unity, and wisdom in shared experiences. And what's interesting is that humans took this lesson even further. You see, wolves don't limit their pack. Their territory is their home. But humans became nomads, migrating across continents. For example, ancient humans followed herds of animals, chasing seasonal food sources. Being alone made this journey risky. But by sticking together, they could defend themselves against wild animals or rival groups. Being alone meant vulnerability. Traveling alone meant vulnerability. Alone, a person becomes easy prey for circumstance. But together, they form a protective circle. They watch out for each other's weaknesses and cover them with their strengths. Strong adult protecting the children or the elderly. A skilled hunter providing food for the community. An experienced guide leading the way. Together they increase their chances of survival. So the first trick we lost from the wolves was the importance of never going anywhere alone. The second secret we forgot was more profound, and it came from the wolf's way of life. It was so simple, yet so powerful that humans put it in their daily lives. It's this: don't cling to what's familiar, adapt. See, wolves aren't creatures of habit. Sure, they stick to their territory, but they don't hold on tightly to any particular place. The reason is straightforward. If they do, they might miss the chance to find something better. For example, if there's a stream full of fish somewhere else, why stick to a place where catching fish is hard? Wolves are ready to explore and adjust. If the hunt fails or a new threat appears, they're quick to leave and try elsewhere. This isn't just about finding better food or shelter. It's about being open to change, accepting uncertainty, and adapting to the unexpected. Wolves don't have permanent homes, but they manage just fine. Our ancestors learned this too. Imagine living in a cave, then it gets too cold. So they move to a warmer cave. But then a new, bigger group arrives, and they're forced to leave again. What do you do when your home isn't a place but a way of life? When danger strikes and staying puts you in harm's way, the wolf teaches us that sometimes the best option is to leave and start fresh somewhere else. This might mean abandoning old ways, embracing new ones. Maybe leaving a failing job for a new one, letting go of an outdated belief and adopting a healthier one. In essence, it's about understanding that clinging to what's familiar doesn't always make it better. Sometimes the bravest thing to do is to leave and adapt. This lesson isn't just for tough times. It's for growth, change, and progress. It's the reminder that our attachment to things, places, or ideas shouldn't be stronger than our need to improve, to seek out better opportunities, or to grow as individuals. But there was another trick the wolves taught us that had a deeper meaning. It was the trick of stillness, and it was actually the opposite of what you think. Wolves aren't still all the time. During a hunt, they prowl, stalk, and dash. But when they face challenges like trying to hunt a big animal, or when attacked by foes like bears or humans, they become still. They don't run away, don't make noise, or try to fight. They simply stop moving and become silent. First, this might seem like giving up, but it's actually a clever strategy. Let's say a wolf is hurt. Instead of running around in pain, making itself an easier target, it stops. It stays still until it's healed enough to move, even if it means spending days without food. This teaches us that sometimes the best thing to do is nothing. To be still, to be patient, and to endure. This isn't just about physical challenges. It's about mental toughness. When things get really tough, wolves remind us to take a step back, to be calm, and to think before we act. Humans took this lesson to heart, especially in difficult situations. Think about a storm. Battling the wind, ancient people sought shelter, waited for the rain to pass. They knew that rushing out in the storm would be dangerous. Or facing a strong enemy, they wouldn't charge head-on. They'd hide, plan, and strike when the time was right. Even when scared or stressed, they'd find a quiet place, sit still, and breathe deeply. In these moments, they learned to trust in something beyond their control, like patience, planning, and timing. This wasn't about giving up, but about gathering strength to act when it mattered most. Over time, we forgot this valuable lesson. We live in a fast-paced world. We want instant results, quick solutions, immediate answers. But the wolf's wisdom whispers a different tune. It reminds us that sometimes the greatest strength comes from stillness, patience, and the courage to wait for the right moment to act. But there was one final trick that wolves used, a secret that was often overlooked, but its importance cannot be overstated. It was the art of understanding and using sounds. Wolves don't just howl at the moon. Every sound they make has a purpose. Small whines or growls show submission within the pack. When meeting another wolf, a gentle sniff is enough to avoid a fight. Before a hunt, a low growl lets everyone know they're about to begin. Even after a successful hunt, they communicate thanks and acknowledgement with a simple sound. Humans learned from these sounds. Early humans realized that speaking loudly in a forest could alert enemies or scare away animals, so they developed ways to communicate quietly. Soft voices, hand gestures, and special looks helped them talk without others knowing. They read the sounds around them, predicting rain by birds flying low, or knowing the wind direction by leaves rustling. Listening became a skill. They listened to the land, to the weather, and to each other. This way of understanding the world helped them survive, grow, and thrive. However, we in our busy modern lives often forget this important lesson. We're surrounded by noise all the time, from traffic and construction to loud TVs and music. We talk over each other and shout to be heard. But in the process, we lose the ability to listen. We stop paying attention to the quiet sounds that can tell us so much. This forgetting has real consequences. Many problems in our world, big and small, could be avoided. If we just took the time to listen, we could understand each other better, fix issues before they become huge problems, and appreciate the world around us more. If we can bring back this lost skill, we can solve many of our problems and live more fulfilling lives. This tale isn't just about animals, it's about rediscovering what was lost. As we move further away from nature, we forget essential skills and knowledge, but the path isn't gone. It's under the layers of our modern lives. If this story touched you and made you think, support the journey by subscribing, liking, and commenting. Share it with those who might need to hear it. Together, let's walk the path less traveled and find what's been forgotten. Thank you for watching.